You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. We start tonight off with breaking news out of Luzerne County, where a special emergency response team is responding to a scene in Plains Township. A heavy police presence has been seen responding to an active incident along Jumper Road, which has been shut down in both directions since around 3 this afternoon. State police said that Plains Township police are handling the incident, but further details have yet to officially be released as to what's going on. However, various reports have suggested that the incident is centered around the East Mountain Trailer Park. We'll have the latest for you once more information's made available to the public. The boys and girls at Helping Hands Society got their little diplomas this morning and will soon be heading to kindergarten. WYLN's Mackenzie Opper stopped by their graduation and has the story.
The Helping Hands Society in Hazleton held their class of 2022 preschool graduation this morning. 13 children received their diplomas as they move on to kindergarten next school year.
This year, as all the years, it's just been very emotional and a wonderful day. The children prepare all year for this, so do the teachers and the parents, and it's what we're all about. And it's sad, it's bittersweet, but we're so proud of them and very happy to see them move on to kindergarten.
For the past 2 years, graduation was a little different due to the ongoing pandemic. Masks did not have to be worn this school year, and Mary Beth Cook couldn't be more proud of the children.
It's like a rebirth, so hoping that everything keeps moving forward, and it's just an extremely special year. The children did so well.
Many students come and go, but the staff at Helping Hands will always hold on to the many memories they've made with them. Cook tells us her message she would like to give to this year's graduating class.
Always remember that we are always here for them, and hopefully some of them will remember and come back, maybe even work here someday, but just mostly that we love them so much and we are so proud of them.
She's also very grateful and appreciative of those in the community and staff that are involved with Helping Hands, since they're the ones who keep the place up and running.
I just want to thank the generous public for supporting us. That's why we're still here, and our board of directors and CHIPS members, and the phenomenal staff that we have.
All of us here at WYLN would like to wish the best of luck to this year's graduating class at Helping Hands. Reporting in Hazleton for WYLN News, I'm Mackenzie Ocker.
Thanks, Mackenzie. 4 to 6 rounds were pumped into a home full of people last night in one part of Luzerne County. Several police departments responded to East Grove Street in Edwardsville just after 10 p.m. for reported home invasion and shots fired. Officers say a man forced his way into the home, argued with the people inside, circled the block a few times, came back, and opened fire. Investigators say the suspect fled the scene before their arrival and that multiple bullet casings were found at the scene. Luckily, no injuries were reported. Police are still searching for the gunman, but believe this was an isolated incident and know who they're looking for. The investigation is ongoing. Now over to Monroe County, where police believe an argument on a basketball court may have sparked a shooting last night at a Tannersville park. It happened at Veterans Memorial Park near the intersection of Route 611 and 715 just after 7 p.m. Police on scene stated that an argument started in the parking lot of the park before becoming physical. It was then that one individual was shot in the back. The victim was transported to the hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. Pocono Township Police say they're looking at surveillance video in the area, including from a gas station across the street, that bullets also struck. There's no word on who fired the shots at this time, but anyone with information is being asked to contact Sergeant James Wagner at 570-629-7200, extension 214. Flames displaced 7 people from their homes Monday evening in Schuylkill County. Crews were called to a house fire that broke out at 207 North Main Street just before 6 Monday evening in Shenandoah. Firefighters held the bulk of the heavy smoke and flames to the second floor of the 207 address, but the neighboring 205 address sustained damage as well. The blaze was under control within 45 minutes, and a total of 4 adults and a total of 7 people are being assisted by the American Red Cross. A state police fire marshal was on scene today to investigate the cause of that fire in Shenandoah. There will soon be another way to pay on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. The Turnpike Commission has partnered with Kubrick Cash Payment Network to allow drivers to pay their toll-by-plate invoices or add money to their E-ZPass accounts at participating retailers. E-ZPass customers will generate a payslip, which will include a $1.50 service fee, and bring it to one of the retailers to pay their toll. Some of those include CVS, Dollar General, Family Dollar, Pilot Travel Center, Sheetz, and Walgreens. Those payments will be accepted at any of those and more locations across the U.S. Charges have been filed against 2 persons in connection with last weekend's deadly mass shooting in Philadelphia. Authorities say 1 person's in custody and another's being sought in the multiple shootings that killed 3 people and wounded 11 in a popular Philadelphia entertainment district over the weekend. However, no charges have been filed in any of the fatal shootings as of yet. Quoran Gardner is charged with both aggravated assault and aggravated assault on law enforcement officers. An attempted murder arrest warrant has also been approved for another individual who hasn't been named at this time. A Berwick man claiming to be high on life was also on drugs after a blood test found meth, marijuana, and fentanyl in his system. According to charges recently filed, troopers were dispatched to the Sheetz parking lot just before 1 a.m. back on September 22nd for reported disturbance. There, they noticed 27-year-old Thomas Layshock Jr. standing by his parked car, strangely making robotic, exaggerated movements. When asked what he was high on, Layshock allegedly replied that he was high on life. He then failed the field sobriety tests, and a blood test later showed signs of meth, marijuana, and fentanyl. Layshock was charged with DUI of drugs, careless driving, public intoxication, and consuming a controlled substance on a highway. His first hearing set for June 13th. Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf tweeted that he tested positive for COVID-19 Monday evening. Wolf said his symptoms are mild and that he's grateful to have recently received his 2nd vaccine booster. He'll be following the CDC's guidance to isolate at home. Wolf tested positive for the virus in December of 2020 as well, but was asymptomatic at that time. Coming up on Wyln News, more on the Wolfpack's home turf. Plus, we're revving up those engines for this weekend. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Alexander Benamo. I'm 12 years old, and this is your Wyln forecast for the week.
We want your child to be our Wyln weather kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on Wyln News and Wyln social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the Wyln News Facebook page. Submit your weather kid video today.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
All of the you do in the Pocono Mountains cannot be shown in 15 seconds. You'll just have to book your to find out.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Once again, it's time for the Weatherly Hill Climb. Watch it live Saturday, June 11th, starting at 10:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Wyln TV 35. We're your local network.
The Wilkes-Barre Area Wolfpack welcomed its new and improved football stadium. The school district reportedly spent $9 million to have the stadium renewed with all new cameras, lights, and a sound system. The stadium is expected to be open for the Wolfpack games at the start of the school year. Well, in case you forgot, Weatherly's 2022 Spring Hill Climb is set to kick off this weekend, and our Mackenzie Ocker stopped by yesterday to get all the details.
Drivers are getting ready to fire up their engines for this year's 61st Weatherly Hill Climb. The race is set to take place this Saturday and Sunday, June 11th through the 12th from 10 to 4:30 p.m. and will be broadcasted right here on Wyln from 10:30 to 4:30.
We're kind of excited this year, even with the economy as poor as it is right now. Our numbers are still pretty good. We're hoping to do 80 drivers. We have 6 or 8 nonprofit groups providing food over the weekend. We got our fire department involved. We're going to try to do a fundraiser with them and our local ambulance people.
The race is free, so anyone can come and watch it. Food and refreshments will be available and can be purchased at the event.
The friendship here with the drivers and stuff, and the spectators, they come back every year and they know the drivers, and the town's very receptive to the drivers and the spectators.
A new pavilion has been installed just in time for this year's race. Money for it was given by First Federal Charitable Foundation in Hazleton, and the rest came from fundraising.
It's pretty much all completed right now, so we're kind of excited. We had a dedication to the building last fall, but now it's actually really looking sharp, and I think everybody's kind of excited. I know the group is.
Barry Isett and Associates has been one of the many sponsors for the hill climb. They're one of the main reasons why the race can go on every year.
We've been a sponsor of the hill climb for the last few years. We started out by providing some services when they were looking to purchase some land. And for the last few years, we've been a monetary sponsor for the hill climb too.
Alan Chico is a lifelong resident of Weatherly and has been heavily involved within the community.
We were just looking out for ways that as a company we could pitch in and help the community. So we chose the hill climb as one of the premier events in the area that draws the community together. So we've been here as a sponsor helping them out to stay organized and to get what they needed to have the facility that they have now.
So don't forget to mark your calendars for this Saturday, June 11th for the 2022 Weatherly Hill Climb. Reporting in Weatherly for Wyln News, I'm Mackenzie Ocker.
Thanks again, Mackenzie. And with that, our Wyln sports crew is gearing up for our favorite weekends of the year. The Weatherly Hill Climb will be returning to the circuit this weekend, as it has time and time again since its 1961 debut. Racers will be making the trek from all over to head up the mountain this Saturday and Sunday, June 11th and 12th. And as tradition has it, Wyln will broadcast live from Weatherly on Saturday from 10:30 to 4:30. So rev up those engines and tune in this Saturday for all the live local action right here on Wyln TV. Coming up on Casca's News Choice, we talk car seat checks on this Trooper Talk Tuesday, plus Leading the Way, Part 2. And stay with us for everything else we have lined up for you later tonight on Wyln TV.
Abby is still perfecting her sidekick, and her jab is just for show. But for Abby, this is a remarkable day, because Abby recently defeated a real foe, cancer, when she partnered with Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital, a children's hospital close to home with more than 30 pediatric specialties. Take a bow, Abby. You deserve it. Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital. Your health deserves a partner.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the midday WYLN News update, posted between noon and 2 p.m. Powered by Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, the all-new emergency room at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is nearly double the size. Our updated facility features all private rooms, the latest technology, and a quicker, easier check-in process. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, your partner in ER care.
It is Tuesday, and it's Trooper Talk Tuesday here on WYLN. With me, we brought him back, Trooper Anthony Petrosky from Troop Inn in Hazleton. And it's time, Trooper Petrosky, to get out, to enjoy.
Yes, finally.
To put the kids in the car.
Yes.
To be safe. And I know you folks do a lot of car seat safety checks.
We do.
So what are
Yes.
we looking for?
We do. And you know what? It kind of gets overlooked sometimes by parents, and maybe they're just not aware of it. There's a lot that goes into car seats. And so a lot of our troopers get certified as a car seat technician. It's a 3-day class. You get certified through the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration to properly install seats and check seats to make sure they're installed properly. So the first Tuesday of every month at State Police Hazleton, you could come and you could contact me, or anytime you could contact me, and I will check your car seat to make sure that it's not expired, to make sure it's in good working condition, and make sure that the child fits within the height, weight, and age range of that car seat, because it's the parent or guardian's responsibility to make sure that the children are safe, and the only way they can be safe is if they're in the proper car seat. So we constantly hold car seat checks. They can make appointments anytime, and we could check that car seat and make sure that, number one, it's installed properly, and number two, that when the parent or caregiver leaves, they know how to properly install it.
Well, wait a minute now. You said expired? What does that mean?
Imagine that. So a standard car seat has a shelf life of 6 years. And a lot of people are unaware. So when they get done with it, they may say, well, hey, I'll sell this at a garage sale, or I'll give it to so-and-so. Well, over time, the materials start to break down. They lose their integrity to them, and they might not be able to hold up in a crash. And each car seat is tested in a crash the way it's installed properly, and it's tested through years 1 and 6, and they found out that 6 years is a typical shelf life, except for the new ones that, you know, go up to 10 years. So it depends on the car seat you have, but we go over all of this with the parents and caregivers to make sure that they know everything about the car seat, and that in case they need to move it out and put it in a new vehicle, they know how to, they know how to do it properly.
And when you're talking about car seats, we normally think of them for kids who are babies.
Right.
But that's not the case. You said up until maybe even age 10?
Yeah, so usually up until about 8 years old, they'll be in a booster seat or a belt positioning booster. So all the booster seat does is it raises you up so the seatbelt can be worn properly across the shoulder bone, collarbone, across the chest, and across the lap belt goes across the upper thighs. That's all it does. You know, a lot of times parents will just put their kids in the seat and put the seatbelt on, and the seatbelt's across their neck. So in the event of a crash, that would actually do more harm than good. So we go over all this. We like to educate parents. And this is free. Anybody can contact me at State Police Hazelton. We can schedule a car seat check at any given time. And again, it's free. We do it, and we make sure that they leave knowing how to properly install the seat.
And is it also, because I know sometimes those seats can be expensive.
Yes.
So do they modify so that, because it starts out rear facing, correct?
Yeah, up until at least 2 years old. That's the law. Up until 2 years old, every infant should be rear facing in the car seat. But that's the safest position for a child. So we say as long as they still fit within the height and weight restrictions of that seat, keep them rear facing as long as possible. And we give each parent and caregiver literature so they know when they should change the seats out and things like that. We try to educate as many people as we can.
So what happens, you're driving down the road and you happen to look over and see, you obviously can't tell whether the seat is installed improperly, but what if you don't see a seat in a vehicle and you see a child?
That's enough for a trooper or police officer to make a traffic stop, and the driver can be cited for occupant restraint system. Again, it's up to the parents and caregivers to make sure that the kids are in a proper installed car seat, and if they're not in a car seat, they could face a citation, which is pretty hefty in fines.
Wow. Well, there you go. So if you're planning on doing any traveling, not only this summer, but anytime, you want to make sure your car seat's installed correctly. Trooper Petrosky, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll have him back again on Trooper Talk Tuesday.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Only one company has been a lifetime committed to your safety. Subaru. At Fairway Subaru in Hazelton, we're committed to you and providing the safest vehicles on the road for you and your family. Which is why Subarus come with available eyesight driver assist technology, which can reduce the rate of rear-end crashes by up to 85%. And with lane assist and sway warning, your family will know why Subaru is a leading choice among parents and teen drivers. Discover more about Subaru and all there is to love about it at Fairway Subaru in Hazelton. The right car, the right price, the right dealer.
Once again, it's time for the Weatherly Hill Climb. Watch it live Saturday, June 11th, starting at 10:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Wyln TV 35. We're your local network.
This is my idea of relaxation.
Wyln's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Alan Stout's leading the way into part 2 of this week's series.
Welcome to Leading the Way. This week we are spending it with Alan Stout, and yesterday we found out that he's a local guy from Wilkes-Barre and Kingston, went to college, has an education degree, but then ends up writing for the Times-Leader in journalism. What exactly were you doing at the Times-Leader?
Well, my goal from the beginning and how I was started, how I was brought on as a correspondent to cover music. And then I took a job as an editorial assistant where you're basically typing in press releases and proofing copy and even laying out pages, helping lay out pages. But my goal was always to get on the features desk and cover music. And after about a year and a half, that's where I wound up. And I stayed there for quite a long time. So I was covering the local music scene, which was extremely vibrant back in the 90s, lots of bands and big nightclubs and big, it was very much a thing to do at the time before.
And what was the column?
Music on the Menu.
Music on the Menu. I wanted you to say it.
Yeah, that's still the name of my radio show to this day. So I've been carrying that name with me, I think, for 28 years now.
Now, wait a minute. We go from the Times-Leader to radio.
Well, what happened was the column was out for about 10 years, and I was doing more than the local, too. I mean, I was covering all the concerts at Montage Mountain and the Kirby and the Arena Open, and so I was interviewing national acts, covering big shows in Philadelphia, interviewing rock stars. And so at that point, by 2004, I guess I was somewhat known in the area as a music journalist, and The Mountain, former radio station on Intercom, had called and asked me to host a show. Jim Rising, actually.
Right.
And Jim put me on the air on Sunday nights, and I've been on for 18 years doing that.
Wow.
Now on 105 The River.
Right. And as you're talking about that, can you think back of one or a few of the most memorable people that you have or groups that you have interviewed? And
Sure. I mean, that's the most special thing for me personally back in the 90s was writing about the local regional group, the Badleys. They were just so amazingly talented performers and songwriters, and to see that kind of come from the ground up and then see them get a record deal and go on to do some things on big stages and, go out with Bob Seger and Robert Plant, Jimmy Page. And be sitting in my apartment one night and see them on VH1 and know that those guys had hung out at my apartment a year earlier.
Talk about bringing them home.
That was very special. On the national level, I got to talk to Billy Joel and Eddie Van Halen and Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. And so I had a lot of pleasant experiences. Don Henley actually wrote me a thank you letter.
Nice.
Got that hanging up my office at home. Billy Joel sent me a thank you letter for the articles that I had done. And so, no bad experiences, really. You would think that there would have been one curmudgeon in the group.
Exactly. Now, when are you on the river?
Sunday nights, 9 o'clock.
Sunday nights at 9 o'clock. Okay. Now, don't go away, because when we come back tomorrow, we're going to continue Alan's journey, and it doesn't end there. You'll find out why.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.